Jeff mentioned, my name is Travis Moore. I work over at OIT Customer Care or the Help Desk. Today we're doing the first session of a three-part session. Today, as Jeff mentioned, is USB flash drive security. Next week will be how to identify phishing attempts and what to do to protect yourself. And then the following week will be safe web surfing. Okay. At any time, if you have questions, feel free to interrupt me. If I go too fast, let me know and I will slow down. This is a real brief session. As I said, we're just going to talk about USB drives and some practical security practices. Let's go ahead and get started. So, when I first started in the IT industry, of course, I had a job interview, and one of the questions that I was asked is a computer ever really secure? And my answer to that was, well, it depends. It depends on the user. We as IT professionals, we can install antivirus software, set up firewalls, disable administrator accounts, things of that nature on your computer. But if the user is clicking on files that are infected or executables that are malicious, then those files will be the programs will be executed and the malicious software will be installed, and the antivirus software will not be able to stop it. It may catch it, but only after the fact. So it really does depend on the user and how they use their computer, where they surf on the web, and files that they download. And it holds true with flash drives as well. It's all up to the owner on how they use their flash drive. And so with that, let's look at some of the ways that we can protect yourself or protect your computer. One way is get in the habit of scanning. And so what I mean by scanning is scan your files and scan the entire flash drive. The university installs semantic antivirus software in all university computers. And by the way, that software is available to all staff and faculty here at the university for free. So if you don't have the antivirus software on your home computer, feel free to contact the help desk and we can share out that software with you. Once you have an antivirus software installed on your computer, it's real simple to go ahead and scan files. And I would scan files that you download from the internet. So these are files you don't know who the author is, files that you've been emailed or just found somewhere on the internet that you want to download, looks like a document that you'd like to read or share with others. You don't necessarily know who the author of that file is. And so a real simple way to protect yourself is once you download that file, locate the file, right-click on it, a context menu will open up. And in that context menu, there'll be a heading scan for viruses. And with any reputable antivirus software, you'll have that option to scan files. So the antivirus software will go through, scan the file. Once it's completed, it will pop up with a report, and it will determine whether or not the file's malicious in nature or not. If it is, more than likely it will be quarantined and recommended to delete. Okay? And if it's not, then it'll just come back and say, file scanned, no malicious files were detected, and you can move on relatively safe. The next step, so that's scanning files. Say you receive a USB drive from your colleague. You have no way of knowing what files are on that USB device. So you might want to scan that before you start opening files on that USB device. In a Windows environment, you would just go to Computer or My Computer, depending on which version of Windows you have, locate that USB drive. And the same thing as scanning a file, just right-click, and in that context menu, select Scan for Viruses. At that time, the entire USB device would be scanned. Again, a report will pop up saying whether or not if any malicious malicious files were found or not. If they are, they'll be quarantined and recommended for deletion. Okay. So that's how you protect yourself or your computer and your flash drive from being infected. One, scanning files before you put them on your flash drive. Two, scanning the entire flash drive before you start opening files from that flash drive. Yes?
So you plug in your USB drive and your machine detects it.
Yes.
Can you just right-click on the drive letter of it, or is it okay for it to automatically open because it gives you the option of opening?
Exactly.
Does that infect you already?
It can, and so that'll be the next step that I cover real quick. Thanks for bringing that up. what Ellen's referring to is the auto run feature on your computer. So move on to that. And so ways to secure your flash drive. We have disabled the auto run, and that's a feature of your computer Windows, or there's software to disable or enable writing to your flash drive. So first we'll talk briefly about auto run on your computer. So by default, auto run is enabled on university computers. It is not disabled. We leave it enabled out of just for basically convenience, such we insert a CD or a DVD, they will run, or a media player will pop up and allow you to just hit play. If you insert a USB flash drive and it has a malicious file on that flash drive, which has the auto run feature, then your computer will start running that malicious software and your computer could be potentially infected. If you feel that you want auto run disabled on your computer, contact the help desk and we'll assist you with that configuration. It's not just unchecking auto run. There's actually a configuration setting we'll need to manipulate for you. So as I said, by default, it is enabled here on university computers. The next step is if you want to protect files from being written to your flash drive without your knowledge. Older flash drives, and I'm talking back in the early 2000s, came with a physical lock on the flash drive. It was a little switch that you could toggle between on and off, or lock and write. Many flash drives today do not come with that feature. So there's a software, Write Protect, that you can download. It's for free. It's an executable that you run. You run the executable, a window pops up, and all you have to do is select enable or disable. When it's enabled, what that means is you're no longer able to write any files to your flash drive.
Does that follow the flash drive, or does that stay on that one computer?
I'm sorry?
Does that follow the flash drive?
It does not follow the flash drive. That is the setting of the computer. So if you plug in, so with this piece of software, and the one that's free that I found to download, USB writeprotect.exe, you install that, run it. But if the USB flash drive is already plugged into the computer, it will still not be write protected. You have to enable or disable write protect, then plug in the flash drive. Okay. As long as it's enabled, any USB flash drive you plug in after that will be write protected. You will not be able to write any files to it. And it's real simple. You just run the executable and hit disable, and then plug in your USB flash drive, and you'll be able to save files to your flash drive. So that basically concludes how we can protect ourselves or protect our computers and flash drives. So what do you do if you think your flash drive is infected? We ask that you just go ahead and contact the help desk at 426-HELP or 4357. Help desk at boisestate.edu, or a fairly new feature that we have available is chat, which is oit.boisestate.edu/chat. Okay, so I thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, yes, Greg.
I have a question. Is the home version of the antivirus software that you mentioned, is that available for Macs as well as PC?
We do have it available for Mac as well. It's available for Windows 64-bit, Windows 32-bit, up to Windows 8, and Mac versions as well.
Great.
And that is, like I said, that's free to all staff. Yes?
Is there a way to scan just recent files on a USB drive? Because I know that sometimes those scans take a while.
I'm familiar with the semantic antivirus that we hear about on campus. I do not recall a feature where you can scan by date. It is kind of an all or nothing feature.
Okay.
It's a right click on. So when you go to my computer, right click on the drive, the only option you have there is to scan for viruses. It doesn't give you any kind of filtering by date
or even by folder or anything?
On that feature, no. Now what you could do is you could open the flash drive and then select folders.
Oh, okay.
You could go. You could open the drive, select folders that you want to scan. Mm-hmm. On your USB flash drive, you could go to View Details, and you could see by date what are the newest folders.
Sure.
And at that point, you can scan those folders if you want.
Oh, that's great. Thanks.
Or files.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks.
Sure. Any other questions? Well, thank you very much for showing up. We appreciate your attendance and look forward to seeing you next week.